Place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
For goodness sake.
A week off, Max, and I thought, I'll get that. At least I'll get that sorted while I'm off.
You say a week off, that's the same as Nick Rocket, isn't it? Missing the Grand National.
You've started already, even to this music.
I'm sorry. Are you buying that? Are you buying that? Had a heavy session, Nick Rocket.
No, listen, Nick Rocket, if a horse has a cough, it can mean other things, Max, so don't be messing with horses' health.
Oh, I see. So I just thought it was like...
health.
Had a Sudafed.
Yes.
Was like, I'm not feeling very well. I'm not feeling so good. I can't do the Grand National.
Why is Sean Dyche running the Grand National?
That's all horses speak like Sean Dyche. I can't do the... I'm a jump racing horse, don't you know?
I prefer it on
my jump. Anyway, we can't be entertaining the nation with this music. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I know. Oh, hello. Straight in.
Ooh,
well, they must think we've got some content for the opening section if they go this early. Paul says if Dave Allen isn't doing the go-get-it, so I'm turning off. One day. We can dream. But after Barry Glendenning's Riverside, we're back with Charlie Baker on the go-get-it. Here we go, everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. It is talkSPORT. My name is Max Rushden, alongside me, Charlie Baker. Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired warm-up, Max, on Saturday, the 11th of April, 2026. And at 12:30, it's Arsenal, the Gunners, versus Bournemouth, the Cherries, in the Premier League. It's a talkSPORT exclusive, presented by Yasmin Chowdhury. Commentary from Sam, the sausage gilet man Matterface, and former England captain Stuart Psycho Pearce, the Obi producer. Oh, it's Carl Raleigh. Go get it! And then at 12:30, it's Norwich v Ipswich in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT program presented by Hugh Woozencroft. Commentary from Mikey Sewell, and former Arsenal winger Perry the Labrat Groves, the Obi producer. It's Mikey Sewell.
Mikey Sewell.
Mikey Sewell. Mikey. Mikey Sewell. I love you, girl. I love you, Mikey Sewell. Go get it. And then at 14:30, it's Game Day Live with Forget It.
Forget about it, you little piece of...
The best in the business. The best we got.
Talking to me,
the best out there. If anybody says that the best, we got the best. It's Adrian Durham. It's on talkSPORT. Adrian, forget about it. The best in the business with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Brentford, the Bees, versus Everton, the Toffees, Burnley, the Clarets, versus Brighton, the Seagulls, and Middlesbrough versus Portsmouth. At 15 o'clock, it's Middlesbrough versus Portsmouth in the Championship at the talkSPORT closer.
Not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV.
Go get it! It's presented by Hugh Woozencroft. Commentary from Ian, the Duke of Knutsford dancer, and former Scotland striker Chris Ulumo, the Obi producer. Oh, it's Ian, the Duke of Knutsford dancer. Go get it! And then at 16 o'clock, it's the Grand National live from Aintree, presented by Rupert Ring My Bell Belly Bell and Lizzie Kelly, the Obi producer. Oh, it's Dan Kane. Kane. I wanna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly. Kane. I'm getting going forever. Right up the sky like a flame. Kane. I'm gonna live forever. Live in the sky like a flame. Kane. I live forever. Go get it. And then at 21 o'clock, it's a live watch-along of Tyson Fury versus, I wish, Arslanbek Makhmudov on the Dog Boxing YouTube channel. Presented by Adam the Cat Catterall, Spencer Oliver, and Johnny the Entertainer Nelson, the Obi producer. Oh, it's Ed Huntley. Wake your head up. Wake your head up. Go get it. It's Big Ticket live. Premier League, Championship, Grand National, and boxing action. You can't afford to miss.
I mean, if nothing else, Charlie, we're having a good time.
We are having a great time. Many apologies to the people who hate the show.
Mark the Wolves fan says, I can't actually believe you've both got wives, lads. Go get it. Probably the best go-get-its yet. Not just any go-get-its. These were the talkSPORT go-get-its, says Martin. It's hardly Riverdance, says Stephen in Bath. Do the go-get-its in an Irish accent next time, Charlie. We know what we want. Sure. And Paul says, I think Nick Rocket's been on the lash with Alan all week. That's why he can't make it, says Paul in Ipswich. And come on, Charlie, give me an extra special go-get-its this morning. Go get it for my 59th birthday, says Bazza Stanley. I need someone to cheer me up, as being a Spurs supporter has the potential to ruin my whole weekend.
Go get it, Bazza. And what could be nicer for your 59th birthday than tickets to my tour show? Go get it.
All right.
Not to...
Is that it?
That's it. That's the plug.
Okay. Rob says the maestro has returned and claimed his crown from the peasants. Go get it. Griff says, please stop. My head hurts laughing. Thank you.
I hope Dan Kane does some more OB producing.
Me too.
It's an instant classic. Sound of the summer.
Remember. Gents, Kane fame. We officially have an instant new classic, says Dan.
That's good.
Gordon says, I was out on the lash last night. I felt awful this morning. I was improving. The Go Get It has put me back 4 hours. Awful.
That's a shame,
Gordon. Oh, come on, Gordon.
Come on, Gordon. Go get it, Gordon.
God, it's a big day today.
Huge day of sport. Huge
Top
weekend
four
of sport.
playing against each other in League Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're home to Notts County. MK Dons play Bromley. Actually could do with Bromley doing us a favour.
Well, Bromley Bromley top of the league still, Max. They've done an amazing
Yeah, they're top of the league. Yeah.
Andy Woodman's men.
They've done incredibly well, but they're a little clear. We play them on Thursday, I think, away.
Yeah,
but we've got to beat who's in front of us.
Yeah,
Notts
you need
County
points
at home.
today. Torquay away at Slough today, Max. Torquay away at Slough.
Okay, tough place to go.
3 games to go. We're about 8 teams on about between 4 points with each other. It's like crazy. National League South is absolutely amazing.
Ben says, I stay up until 3 a.m. in Minnesota to listen to the Go Get It's. Come on, Ben. What is the name of that song? I need it playing on loop for workouts.
Rob says, You've never heard Fame? Yeah. Irene Cara. Although, when I used to work with Henry Kelly, he'd go, Irene Cara there with Fame.
He'd say, play tectonics for 4 points. Will you play or pass? I was born in 1924, the son of a carpenter. Rob says, yes, I didn't know they did radio reruns of the Crankies.
Wow.
Come on now.
Come on, get on board.
That is high praise. Andy says, Go Get It's a complete shambles, especially Fame. I love it.
Fame was a new favourite. There's going to be petitions now for Dan Kane to be on the. If Dan Kane is the new regular OB person, then wow,
that'd be good. Yeah, but imagine also if Kane is if Fame is a top 40 breaker in the hit parade tomorrow.
But Max, we need to release it for the summer because Harry Kane.
Think so?
That's
a good idea.
Remember his name, Kane. And we
now
going.
Listen.
And then they're singing that in America. Remember,
now listen.
Remember, it becomes a chant on the terraces. Everyone's going mad for it. And they go, where did that start? That started at the Go Get It.
Me and Harry Kane did have a direct message relationship. I think maybe about 13 years ago, 14 years ago.
Nice.
I think in the early days of Twitter, and I said something like, nice goal yesterday. And we were talking about, I can't remember what we were talking about, nice goal yesterday.
Oh, that's nice.
And he went, cheers, mate. Shall I go straight in now and say, how do you fancy re-releasing Fame?
That feels like a brush off. But
still a reply. Come on, still a reply.
Now, re-releasing us singing Fame with the listeners, with the warm-up listeners.
talkSPORT listeners, okay.
Warm-up listeners
and
only.
the England squad.
I don't think they get involved, but any England players we can get hold of. Any England players listening, ex-England players listening this morning, if you want to call in and sing Remember. We're auditioning this morning for people to be on the warm-up single we're doing. We need you to
former England players only.
No, and warm-up listeners. If they want to voice note us in, former England players can call in 03717 223344.
Yeah.
Listeners can voice note in on the same number 03717 223344 with remember.
I'd like Stephen Gerrard's on the line. And he's going to sing Fame for us. If we get that today, we've done well. That gets you get a text from the boss going, well done. You got Stephen Gerrard to ring in and sing Fame to you. So Stevie G, if you're listening, it costs you nothing. Well, it costs you the cost of, it's
Dave Nugent. If you're ringing Dave Nugent.
Sure.
Want to ring in?
Ooh, yeah, at this stage, we will take any.
Tim Flowers, if you're listening.
Come on, Tim Flowers. Ring in and sing Fame. But the thing is, if somebody rings and says, I'm Tim Flowers, we'll have to do a quiz from their Wikipedia page. True, yeah. So if you're not Tim Flowers, learn Tim Flowers' Wikipedia page.
Are you Tim Flowers? Could be a really good new quiz, Max. Are you Tim Flowers?
The other thing is, it is the second leg of the third, fourth player between Quaker Wafar and Perry Groves. Perry 3-1 up from the first leg, but
Perry can't make it. So could somebody ring in and play the role of Perry Groves today, please? 03717 223344. If you've always wanted to be Perry Groves, this is your chance.
Yeah.
03717 223344. If you would like to play the role of Perry Groves, it is Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 11 with the good people of Travis Perkins doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Kwaku Afari joins us in just a second.
Ethan and Werry and Miles Lewis Skelly this summer, and we're talking about maybe 100 million for the pair. That's too much, surely.
Well, no, I mean they're great prospects, aren't they?
100 mil for
Skelly's probably just he's not had a great time lately. He's just fell away from that first team a little bit. He's got a lot of people in front of him at the moment. And Capia, who's come in, he's done a really good job on that left hand side. You've got Calafiori as well. So I feel for him a little bit because you're a young player. You went through that little bit of stage where your form ain't great. A lot has happened in his career very quickly, Al. I mean, scoring a goal for England, playing for your country at a young age. So it might have just caught up with him a little bit, but he's just got to keep working hard and see where it takes him. Waineri's on loan at the moment, but he's a top player as well. A really, really
and you're really
great
happy
talent.
with young Max, aren't you?
Oh, Max he's doing different class. 16. People forget he's only 16. It's amazing. He changed the game. He changed the game when he come on against Everton. He looked like...
And was getting back and helping out.
Yeah, and he scored that first goal. As I said before, his family must have been so proud to watch him, has gone through the ranks and all that. And he's a really good, grounded young kid. So he's going to be a real prospect. Look, things can go wrong still, as in football. You know what it's like, Al. You had a poor injury, didn't you, yourself?
Yeah.
And injuries can affect you.
A gradual injury.
But I think the technology now is a lot better from when you was around, I should imagine. But he's got everything going for him. He's just got to keep working hard, and he's going to make a difference as well. And he's a real talent. Absolutely, could be one of the best players ever.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Morning all, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rush and Charlie Baker here until 11. Dan says, forget Harry, lads. We're already members of the Dan Caniacs here. I don't know about you.
Oh, I like that.
This text says, hi, it's David Nugent. I'm in for the song. That's good.
Nice.
This text says, hi, it's Tim Flowers. I'm listening and ready to play my own quiz.
This text says, hi, Tasha. Just so you know, whenever you flush your toilet, there's a hole in the downpipe. I think they've texted the wrong people. And it's been leaking into the alley by my garden. It's been going on a few months now. It seems to be getting worse. Could you get onto housing and ask them to sort it out as soon as possible? There we are.
Also, slightly mad one. But whatever seeds are passing through are actually starting to grow now. So, yeah, probably time it gets fixed.
Oh,
Lol.
I think you've texted the wrong person, whoever you are. Thank you so much. Not sure how that's happened. I don't know how that's happened.
Who's sending a message to Tasha about whenever she flushes her toilet?
Get onto house.
And poor old Tasha. Now, she didn't need the world to know that,
Doesn't need to know
did she? But there you are.
Stop pipe shaming Tasha.
My Harry, this is Steve in Stratford. Has got the Harry Kane. He's rewritten the lyrics to Fame.
Do we want that? Okay, yeah, go on.
Kane, hear the crowd scream his name. Kane, England's hope inside the game. Kane, every goal builds up the fame. Kane, what's his name? Kane.
That's bad.
Okay, it doesn't work yet.
Sorry,
does
it sounded AI, like you put it into AI and AI.
Maybe Steve is AI, and if we're being honest, we one day might need AI listeners. So
you think? Do they count? Do AI listeners count? Because we could just say AI. 50 billion people listen to the and then they'd have to find 50 billion AIs.
I hate sounding like an old man, Charlie, but I'm yet to try
embrace
AI.
it.
I've never tried. Don't know how to get it. So, so that's where I'm at. Ben in Plymouth says, Max, and especially for Charlie, please don't neglect the huge Devon derby between Plymouth and Exeter today at 12:30. Plymouth being the biggest and Exeter being the third biggest club in Devon. Who's Charlie getting behind? Haven't Plymouth been on a great run and Exeter really in danger of the drop? So who do you support in that one?
Absolutely indifferent. Couldn't care either way.
Tasha must be next to talks. Okay, Tasha must be next to talkSPORT in their contacts.
Exactly what it is, isn't it? Yeah, as well.
That's probably right. So has that person messaged Tasha going, Arne Slot has got to go. He's lost the dressing room. He's lost the fans.
Spurs are in the mud.
Time. Yeah. Do you know what? Actually, we're waiting for Quaker because Quaker is on his way.
We can talk about last night's game.
Do you know what? Looking at the league table and seeing Tottenham in the relegation zone does make it feel real. Like I know it's been real for quite a long time, and I even when I say it out loud that they could get relegated, I don't really believe it because it's never happened in my lifetime. But when you see them there after this many matches, and you think they're not good, I don't know what De Zerbi will do or has done this week, but they haven't been good for such a long time. You know, they've been bad for so long that it's quite a surprise it's taken them this long to fall into the relegation
it's good.
zone.
I think for them, you can see it as a positive because it'll wake them up. It'll make them see that it's real. New manager as well. New manager comes in. They've dropped into the bottom three, so that's where you are. Suddenly, your eyes are open. You know the situation you're in. You know the predicament. You go, right, okay, we've got to go for it now. We've got to go get it. Do they leave the dressing room?
They should have known it just because of the league table.
I know, but they don't. Do they? A lot of the time they go, we're going to be okay, and then they drift. Oh, we are in the bottom.
Where are they all from? We're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay.
Hey, Quaker Fari's here. Play his music.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Quaker Fari with me.
Hey, Quaker, welcome. Not for the first of two appearances today, Quaker. Well done. How are you?
Hi, Quakes.
I'm good, thank you. How are you getting on, guys?
Yeah, very well.
Very good. Very good. So we had a communication issue, but, you know, we're not in the communication business, so how can we possibly...
How are we supposed to know how to do that? Yeah.
Where should we start? Arsenal-Bournemouth then. Look, that win in midweek was massive for Arsenal, but Bournemouth have quite a good record against Arsenal, and it will be a nervous stadium until Arsenal score a goal, I would suggest.
100%. And Bournemouth have been great since the turn of the year. They're unbeaten in their last 11 games. Last time they lost a game in the Premier League was actually against Arsenal at the beginning of January. But they have drawn their last 5 games. And this is an Arsenal team that I think, I don't know, their demise has been overstated and maybe it's been over-exaggerated how boring their football is. But we can't deny that they are kind of limping over the line right now, but they've got their goals set in sight, and I think Arsenal just have just enough to beat Bournemouth. But Bournemouth, like I say, they're one of the most informed sides in the Premier League in terms of avoiding defeat, and Arsenal need to be at their very best to win this one. But I do think Arsenal will win this one narrowly.
Yeah, we're talking to Sophie Nicolau from the High Risk Squad in just a second on that. So I will move you to Brentford-Everton, which is actually a Champions League six-pointer, Kwaku.
It's insane. It's insane. And not to bring it back to Arsenal, but with the kind of negative sentiment around Mikel Arteta, I think that if you look at Keith Andrews and David Moyes, if they do qualify for the Champions League, they're in the running for manager of the season, because what they've done with these clubs is incredible. I think a lot of people had Brentford to go down this season. I think David Moyes coming in the back end of last season for Everton, people knew he'd steadied the ship, but right now he's got them in contention to qualify for the Champions League. Both these sides are 3 points off of Liverpool, who are in fifth place right now. Fifth place will get you Champions League football. So yeah, they've both done an incredible job. And then a win today will put them in a prime position to maybe catch the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool and qualify for the Champions League, which no one had in their bingo cards at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Brentford won the reverse 4-2 away at Hill Dickinson. And you'd think, wow, they've still got those goals in them. So this could be an absolute cracker.
100%. Igor Thiago's one goal away from hitting 20 Premier League goals. He'll be the third Brentford forward to do that, behind Ivan Toney and Brian Mbeumo. And they do have that lineage of kind of front men that put the ball in the back of the net. And he had a great season, maybe tailed off a little bit in recent weeks. I say recent weeks, it hasn't been Premier League football for 3 weeks. But he's definitely the key for Brentford in terms of scoring goals. And obviously they're always a danger with their long throws. So despite the fact that these two teams are maybe a little bit pragmatic, their previous fixture has shown us that it will be an exciting match later on today.
I'm just going to quickly go back to last night, Quaker. I thought West Ham I know it's 4-0. I thought they were really lucky. I thought loads of luck. Loads of luck went their way. Like it just felt like
it was tight until the first goal, wasn't it? For sure.
Felt everything turned. I thought maybe that's the momentum turned their way.
Yeah, I feel like they just need to break the deadlock, because there was a sense of nerves at the London Stadium, and despite the fact that Wolves are rooted to the bottom of the Premier League table, they are a difficult outfit and they've given good sides tough games this season. But yeah, West Ham just needs to get that first goal, and I know what you mean. They rode their luck at times, but at this point in the season, it's not about performances. It's all about results. Yeah. And that win for West Ham, it's dragged them out of the relegation zone. We'll see how results go this weekend, but it was a huge 3 points and a potential banana skin. And Wolves will have a part to play in this relegation battle. They do also play against Spurs as well, so we'll see how that plays out. But for West Ham, last night was all about getting the 3 points.
Liverpool, Fulham, 5:30. As you say, it's all about result, not performance. I think Arne Slot probably needs both.
Yeah, right now they are really struggling. 3 defeats in their last 3 games, and they've come in 3 different competitions. It was a humbling defeat in the Champions League against PSG, where they were just frankly outplayed. And if you look at Liverpool versus PSG last season, it was a completely different game, despite the fact they did also lose that tie. Losing against Man City in that manner in the FA Cup was, again, humbling and maybe heartbreaking for Liverpool fans, who are maybe holding on to the FA Cup as the only solace of this season. And then last time they played the Premier League, they lost 2-1 against Brighton. So they're not in form at all. And I think there's an expectation from football fans that Liverpool will turn things around, because they've got so many brilliant players. But they are who they are this season. They're not a consistent side. They'll struggle to qualify for the Champions League. I think as a result of that, Arne Slot will struggle to keep his job beyond the summer. And yeah, despite the fact that Fulham have been inconsistent, they've also got a lot to fight for, especially with how many European places are allocated to the English teams for next season. They are well in the hunt to qualify for Europe, and they'll have the bit between their teeth against a Liverpool team that are vulnerable.
Okay. Thank you, Kwaku.
Thanks, Kwaku.
You can have 15 minutes off and then back for the second leg of the third-fourth playoff between you and Perry Groves. Cheers, Kwaku.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Wayne says, now Tottenham are in the bottom 3. Do you think they'll panic and sack De Zerbi? I know that's quite funny.
Very funny text. Yeah.
Okay, it is Max and Charlie with you until 11. As we said, the second leg of the third-fourth playoff in How Tall Are They between Quake Wafari and Perry Groves. We have found a Perry Groves listener to play the role of Perry Groves. 3-1 up from the first leg, so a lot to lose. But Sophie Nicolau, Arsenal fan from the Highbury Squad, will join us in just a second, and we'll look ahead to the early kickoff, which is live on talkSPORT. Arsenal versus Bournemouth from the Emirates.
Pep Guardiola has been speaking today about his team's tendency to finish season strongly.
Hopefully we can do a lot of points. It's at the situation that we are in the Premier League, so we need to do all of them. Otherwise we will not give us a chance to try it until the end. So we need to do a lot of points. We were not consistent enough during the season. We dropped points that we should take it, and that's why we're in the position that now we cannot do it differently.
He also talked a little bit about on whether he feels more excited at this time of the year. No, he says, I have a lot of yellow cards. That means how excited I am, not just for April, but during the season. I have had a good energy, and I still have good energy. You get the feeling that he thinks that there's still a chance that they can catch them.
I think they're probably going to have to win every game to do it. We were just working it out there on Gabby's crib sheet. They've got 8 games left. They're on 61 points. So if they win every game, they get to 85. That would mean that Arsenal on 70 need 5 wins from their last 7 games. If they win every game, Manchester City, they've got a squeak, especially as they play Arsenal. But they have no margin for error. And I actually agree with Gabby. We all think Chelsea will lose on Sunday, but it might be a more difficult task than we think. Remember, they went with the under-21 manager to the Etihad Chelsea and got a point.
We've got 2 tickets for the Wimbledon Lawn Tennis Championships on Monday, July the 6th, up for grabs. You'll be watching the world's best from official Wimbledon debenture seats on centre court, exclusive debenture lounge access to the poshest word in the world, debentures, isn't it? Throughout the day, perfect place to soak up the atmosphere between matches. For your chance to win, here's Charlie Baker.
When he finds the thing to
Do you want to repeat after me? Text
loud.
WIN.
I've got it. Text WIN to 83338 Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close 16th of April at 2026, 4 p.m. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. New balls, please.
And Meditation Dan has been in touch. Regards somebody playing the role of Perry Groves in How Tall Are They for the 3rd-4th playoff. Dan says, does the listener have Perry stairs to nowhere? I mean, hopefully they've gone full method like Daniel Day-Lewis and have built a set like Perry Groves' house. Martin says, this is exactly the reason no one wants Arsenal to win the league. Perry Groves 3-1 up, cannot even be bothered to turn up for the second leg of How Tall Are They? Boo. I mean, Kwaku didn't turn up for the first leg, so it is fair. I hope he gets thrashed in this all-important second leg. Anyway, let's do some Arsenal. They're home to Bournemouth today. It's the early kickoff. It's live on talkSPORT. Sophie Nicolau from the Highbury squad joins us. A friend of the show. Hey, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
Hello, boys. How are you?
I'm very good.
Good.
Nervy day.
Sorry about that crash landing. I went to give you the salute and I destroyed everything around me. Hopefully, Arsenal will do the same this afternoon.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Sophie?
I'm feeling very, very good. I am. Oh, wait. Where's Barry? Is he in detention?
No, Barry's a Sunday. Barry's a Sunday. So yeah, you don't worry.
Sorry, I'm Saturdays. Sorry.
No. It's no.
Sophie.
Sophie's probably very happy you're here. I would say.
I've taken 2 Saturdays off in about 6 years, so I can only apologise.
No, you look great. You know, you remind me of a character out of Super Troopers today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very cool.
I thought
they're exceptionally cool.
I've been getting a lot of "It's a Me" Mario recently, but other than that, it's
Super Troopers.
Let's talk about Arsenal. Let's go. I think
feeling great.
I think they're going to lose today. There we are. How are you feeling now?
Wait, so Barry is here.
I think they're going to lose today. I think they're going to lose 2-1.
Okay, well, that's fair enough because this time last year they beat us 2-1 as well. We beat them in January. Bournemouth, a very good side with some very talented players. The manager is, one of the soup du jour in terms of hires and going to bigger clubs. Arsenal just have to focus on themselves and cut out all the noise from folks like you, Charlie, and everybody else.
I'm not the noise. I just think the pressure. I don't think they're good at the pressure. I don't think Mikel Arteta is good at the pressure.
Well, we're going to be judged by that at the end of the season, right? Because we've proven that we're not closers. We haven't been able to do that in the other seasons that we've challenged. But you would hope that overcoming adversity and learning along the way comes a stage where you're the team that does close. And Arsenal are always going to be judged by how they perform when the spotlight is on and the heat is turned up at its highest temperature. I think everyone is judging them, like myself and other fans, by the 2 cup defeats. But if you remove the domestic cups from the situation, which, by the way, I haven't forgotten and it still hurts, and I'm not, dismissing it and accepting the defeat at all, because it was an opportunity to win a trophy, especially in the Carabao Cup final. That second half, we hope Mikel's learned from that. But when you look at kind of how we've approached the Premier League and the Champions League, and you look back at that Southampton game and then Sporting Lisbon, you would say that maybe, just maybe, we didn't care enough for the FA Cup. So if you look at our performances and who we are, I think this team has known exactly who they are all season in the Premier League and in the Champions League. We've played some really fantastic football in the Champions League this season, beating some of the best teams along the way. And in the Premier League, we've adopted a pragmatic attitude in order to get the monkey off our back and win this title. And I, for one, am all about the old Bruce Forsyth. What a point, mate.
Prizes. Good game.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
How big, Sophie, do you think that Havertz goal in midweek was? Because the noise would have continued if it had been 2 defeats and a draw, I think.
Max, there's pure facts you're spitting there.
Thank
for
you.
once.
No,
it's true. Let's be honest. But at the same time, if you flip the coin and look at it from the different perspective, yes, it's a relief. What would the narrative have been? But the what if there is irrelevant because he did score. It was a last-minute winner. Yeah. And can Arsenal become this team that believe right up until the end? We've proven that, in seasons past. The goal against Bournemouth with Reece Nelson, yes, it didn't kind of end in us winning, the Premier League. You could even go far back with the Danny Welbeck, Mesut Ozil corner. I think we feel like now is the time to be this team that can believe right till the end and can get late goals like that, especially, you know, in massive moments like this time of the season. So it was huge because it would have been pretty depressing having lost those cup games and then going to Lisbon and walking away, even if even against a team like them who haven't lost at home in such a long time, would have been a good result. The realism of it would have been pretty negative, yes.
Yeah, I think what you've got going for you today and what the difference was in midweek, and he's my player of the season for Arsenal, is David Raya. Oh,
a round of applause.
Round of applause.
Take a moment to, you know, standing ovation for David Raya. And here's where I eat crow, because, you know, we've all had a pop at Mikel along the way for a variety of different things. And, you know, a lot of the times we're the dartboard, right? Arsenal fans. But you also have to take your hat off to Mikel for making a massive call and moving on Aaron Ramsdale and bringing in David Raya. He's been sensational. And you could kind of look back now and say, did Mikel make a mistake not playing him in the Carabao Cup final? I understand maybe against Southampton. He's been our lifesaver. And I would say together with Big Gabby and Declan Rice, the spine of the team, right? You want David Raya, Saliba, Big Gabby, Rice, Big Victor Gyökeres up front. You know, that spine of the team, Eza coming back, really important. But David Raya's saves have been invaluable. And sometimes, you know, goalkeeper gets killed for the mistakes he makes and not often enough gets praised for saving games, just like a striker like Kai Havertz could get a last-minute goal. So David Raya between the sticks for us until the rest of the season gives every Arsenal fan confidence that we can go on and win this league.
How much have you stared at the fixture list? Because really today,
all day long,
and then today and City away are the tough ones, and then it's not that unkind. Obviously, you know, teams that are playing for stuff will always be tricky, but really, it's these two. You feel if you beat Bournemouth and don't lose to City, then it is yours.
But you say that we've got 3 London derbies in our last 4 games of the season. Granted, we don't leave London for those games, but Fulham and West Ham have tripped us up in the past, and we've seen West Ham fighting for their lives right now. There's a team out there right now that is going to give everything. It's West Ham, and then we've got Crystal Palace at the end of the season. Maybe my good friend Rebecca Lowe could put in a good word there for us, but yeah, it's tough now. This is about closing the deal. You could take your stats, your XGs. I've said this to you before, Max, right? You could shove them all out the window. For Arsenal Football Club, all that matters is 3 points. It doesn't matter how it comes, who scores, who starts. All that matters is getting this across the line and winning this title. And I believe after that Sporting Lisbon performance, a lot of the fans kind of, it's like that scene in The Godfather with Al Pacino. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. And here we are, and we're ready. We're ready for the ride. We're ready for the ride.
As a neutral, Sophie, I hope you don't win, but I don't. But I also wish.
How are you feeling today, Max? How are you feeling
in the
today,
relegation
mate?
zone? Don't like looking at the bottom of the Premier League, and I'm scared at the top of League Two because Cambridge have dropped 4 points in 2 games. Should have won them both. 2 last-minute equalisers. So like. We could blow everything, or
rough times for Max.
Most to stay up. It's a tough time, but it's always a tough time. The trouble is, that's it. When you're actually got something to play for, it's agony and it's not fun at all. Thank you, Sophie. Have a good day.
Thanks, Sophie.
Thanks, boys. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Sophie Nicolau there from the Highbury squad. It's such a massive game. I mean, for the title race, it would be great if Bournemouth got something today. It would be really, really good, wouldn't it? Because they're good.
I think they'll get something. I think they'll win. I think they'll win too. I think Arsenal win the league, but I think Bournemouth get something today.
But if Arsenal don't win today, the noise will, the bottle gifts will come out again. Anyway, huge game. Huge game of How Tall Are They in just a second. It is the third, fourth place second leg between Kwaku Afari and Perry Groves.
I mean, who's left there now? Only Alisson, Van Dijk. I think that's probably it, isn't it?
Just on Andy Robertson, do you think he'll stay in the Premier League?
I think he can.
Yeah.
I think he can. I think they're a.
I'd have him at Tottenham. I wish we got
They're
him.
well, you were linked with him in January, weren't you?
Yeah.
You know, and that the writing was on. It's not the biggest surprise in the world, is it? That he's leaving.
No, it's not a surprise.
What
but
happened in January?
it made us, think about left backs, right?
Yeah.
You think about the great left backs of the Premier League, and where does he rank?
So when I was outside with Ryan, the producer, and then Ryan said there was a period where he was the best left back in the world, and I went, "What? What you on about? Best left back in the world?" And he said he's best in the top 3 of the Premier League, and I'm like, "No, I'm not sure he is." And then you look at the names that you think, you know what? Actually, maybe he is in this conversation.
I think he is. Look, Ashley Cole for me, obviously, yes, he's the greatest.
He's out on his own.
He's out on his own, and then after that, you look at the other left backs. There are Patrice
Well, in
Evra.
terms of numbers, let me just tell you now, Andy Robertson's Premier League appearances, 373. 13 goals, 69 assists. Now, that is insane for a fullback. Trent's numbers aren't dissimilar from what I can gather.
Yeah.
I haven't got them, but just looking at left backs here. He outstrips, John Arisa has 30, but he is, the closest to him is Ashley Cole on 31. That's the closest. He's got 69.
Yeah, I think he's in the top 3 greatest Premier League left backs.
Well, yeah, go on. Who's
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Hello? I wish I was a little...
Morning all, Max Rushden, Charlie Baker with you till 11. Just quickly, Mark is a Celtic fan and is on the line. Hey Mark, you okay?
Hello Mark.
There's only 2 Perry Groves.
Yeah, there we go. Now Mark,
Groves.
for the rest of this bit, you are Perry Groves. Is that clear? Okay, noted. Okay.
From now on.
Okay, fade the music up again. Fade the music up again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to How Tall Are They? It is the 3rd, 4th place playoff, second leg. After Perry Groves beat Kwaku Afari 3-1 last week.
So thrashed him last week.
Yeah, it was a thrashing. Yeah,
Well done,
Kwaku was
Perry.
really off it. There was something odd about him. He was really off. Anyway, let's bring him out again. It's Kwaku Afari.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's letting out. Kwaku Afari with me.
Welcome, Kwaku. Work to do.
Work to do. Yeah, I just didn't really feel myself last week, so yeah, hopefully I'm
fair enough.
Is it aggregate score, Max, in the 3rd and 4th playoff? Is it aggregate score over the however many legs it is?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
great.
Okay. Yeah, you've got to get the points. Here we go. Okay, so and you are, of course, playing Perry Groves. Here we go.
Oh, Perry
Groves. Perry Groves. Welcome, Perry.
Hey,
How are
Perry.
you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to have you on. Okay,
Can you talk me through that goal you scored for Colchester at Torquay that time that I saw?
It was a cracker.
It was a cracker. He's absolutely right. It
Look,
was,
he's so humble. He's so humble. He doesn't want to go into detail, does he? Okay, let's play, everybody. Okay, Okay, then Kwaku 3-1 down from the first leg. It is the US Masters footballers we're playing, US Masters footballers. And we begin, Kwaku, with Mal Augusto. Mal Augusto. How tall is Mal Augusto?
Mal Augusto is 5'10".
5'10". Perry Groves?
I think he's 6'1".
6'1". He's 5'10".
Oh, let everybody's learning how Kwaku Afari with me. Wow, 1-0.
So there we go. 1-0 to Kwaku. So it is 3-2 on aggregate. An absolute cracker. Some people don't care about the third, fourth playoff, but Kwaku Afari and Perry Groves absolutely do.
Perry Groves, how tall is Rob Green jacket? Rob Green jacket. How tall is he?
Rob Green's jacket is 6'2".
6'2". Kwaku Afari?
6'3".
Ooh, 6'2".
Oh!
Perry Groves. So we are 4-2 up on aggregate, Perry. Well done, Perry. Excellent that was.
Excellent, Perry.
Thank you.
That's okay, Perry. Okay, then. Next up, then, for you, Kwaku Afari, how tall is Scott Pimento Cheese? Scott Pimento Cheese. How tall is Scott Minto?
Your colleague, Kwaku.
How could I not?
I mean, also Perry's colleague, so, you know.
Also Perry's colleague. Perry sounds like he's got
apologise.
colds. He sounds like he's got colds. Perry.
Very polite.
No trash.
Very polite.
No trash talking here.
Yeah, 5'9".
5'9". Perry Groves. How tall is Scott Pimento Cheese?
Probably marked him at some point.
With his heels on, he's 5'10".
Oh! Wowee! The stairs to nowhere are paying off today.
Did you ever play against him, Perry?
Yes, a couple of times. He wasn't that fast, but he kicked hard.
Yeah, that is true. And that is true. But we didn't play the game, so we wouldn't know Perry. But
we wouldn't know Perry, yeah. 5-2 up,
paid,
Perry Groves. 5-2 up.
Okay, Perry Groves, how tall is Radu Leave the Flagasin?
Really?
Radu Leave the Flagasin. Radu Dragasin. Radu Leave the Flagasin.
Is that the comedian?
No, Radu Dragasin. Radu Dragasin.
Right, he's 5'11".
5'11". Kwaku Afari. Radu Dragasin.
Is he 6'1"?
Ooh, 6'3". Still,
6'3".
what is it? 5'2"?
Still 5'2". Still 5'2" to Perry on aggregate. Okay. Back to you, Kwaku. How tall is, on the 15th green, Justin Rose? How tall is Bob Bubkaka? Bob Bubkaka. How tall is Kaka? In the 15th hole, it's Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, Kaka.
Kaka. Yeah. Kaka, yeah. What do you mean, Kaka? It was obvious.
I wouldn't Google Bub Kaka, other stuff, Mike. Just don't Google it. So anyways, carry on.
Ty says, finally I can understand Perry's thick Cockney accent.
Kaka is 6 foot on the dot.
6 foot on the dot. Whoa. Perry Groves?
I think he's a bit shorter. I remember heading against him. I gave it.
All those times
I saw that
played
game.
against Kaka.
You were very good.
Right.
You were very good against him.
Two of the world's greatest.
5'10".
Wrong way, Regals.
6'1".
6'1". There it is.
Also, the final score. So, what was that on aggregate? It is Perry Groves 5, Kwaku Afari 2. Okay, well, it is finally poised, isn't it? Hey, Perry, well played. Thanks so much for coming on.
Perry.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Really good stuff, Perry Groves there.
He sounded a little bit nervous about Arsenal when it sounded, didn't he? But other than that.
No, we should have asked him, actually, shouldn't we? Should have asked him about the Arsenal game. That was silly of us. Hey, Kwaku, look, 5-2 down. But third leg is next week, okay?
Okay, nice one, lads.
Cheers, Kwaku. Kwaku Afari there.
Take care.
Kwaku doesn't seem as keen to play the third and fourth playoff as I thought he'd be. You know, he just wants to go home. He just wants to fly home from the tournament.
It's one of the great honours, the third, fourth playoff in How Tall Are They? Every time it's been played, it has been played with great integrity and great honesty.
And everyone's turned up at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I haven't really watched a lot of the Masters, but there is nothing more fun. If you're not feeling great right now and you just think, how can I make myself feel better? Just do yourself a Bob Bubka impression.
Oh, lovely.
It's really fun. And on the third tee, Jim Furyk has hit a drive 277 yards down the right-hand side. Justin Rose here on the 15th green. Do you want to do one? I'm just trying to get. We just got a minute until the news.
We've got a minute to fill, and I'm just saying that Rory McIlroy is 12 under for the tournament, and he might, in fact,
really nice.
It might put the pressure on him that he's that far ahead, and so he thinks he might. But Saturday's moving day, of course, and
we miss Bob, don't we?
We miss Bob very, very much.
Without the absolute,
it's a big hole. It's a big hole in the talkSPORT coverage, I think. It's,
and he's such a great. Just that voice, one of the most evocative voices in broadcasting. We were lucky to have him on talkSPORT for so long. And,
lovely man.
Obviously, we miss him greatly, but he does. Like a Bob Booper impression, nothing will make you feel happier in that instant. It is Max and Charlie with you on talkSPORT until 11. Brought to you the good people of Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. We're here until 11, at which point Rushden takes over from the Emirates. Live commentary of Arsenal versus Bournemouth in the Premier League.
Morgan Rogers does seem to be doing it week in, week out, largely. 24 goals and 23 assists to his name since the start of last season. And he is expected to be at the centre of a £80 million transfer tug-of-war this summer. Why has this chatter started now? And
just 80?
I think they want a bit more than that. I was doing some inquiries this morning to see if he's got a release clause in his contract. Doesn't sound like he does. And I think Aston Villa are within their rights to ask for Jack Grealish type money for Morgan Rogers. And I think somebody will pay it. I think he is capable of going on to one of the top clubs in the country. But as Gabs has said, ideally Villa will want to keep him, but we know they're under financial pressure. More to do, I think, with the UEFA financial regulations than the Premier League ones, but it may be that they have to cash in, particularly if they don't make the
It would upset the manager.
June the 30th as well.
It would upset the manager because he's like his son. He's his favourite player. He plays every game. He's the last one to come off. He loves Morgan Rogers. You know, he brought him for £12 million from Middlesbrough, took a gamble on him, and I agree, £100 million.
It's now frustrating, isn't it? Because if you sell Morgan Rogers, you're sort of almost admitting that you're never really going to bridge that gap.
Financial fair play rules. I'll tell you something now, 100%. These owners want to win it all.
Yeah.
They've said that. The manager says he wants to dream. That's what I'm saying. He'll be so frustrated if he has to sell Rodgers because of financial fair play. If these rules were fair and you didn't have to sell a player to sort out the debt that you might have, then there's no way.
Everyone knows there are 20 managers in the Premier League, yeah? Well, actually, no. Around 3/4 of them are not managers. The terms manager and head coach are often used interchangeably to describe Premier League bosses, but they're actually two different jobs. So let's explain how and why. For years, fans referred to Mikel Arteta as Arsenal's manager, but I'm afraid technically...
No, I don't think so, no.
From his first day on the job, he was the Gunners' head coach. Let's pick a random moment in time, February 2025. Only 6 Premier League bosses actually held the official title of manager rather than head coach. Man City's Pep Guardiola, David Moyes of Everton, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, Southampton's Ivan Juric, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace and Leicester's Ruud van Nistelrooy were the only actual managers of their respective teams. Everyone else? That's right, head coach, including Ruben Amorim at Man United. He took over from Erik ten Hag, a man who had held the title of manager. Might come as a surprise that Amorim's appointment marked the first time ever that Man United had a head coach instead of a manager. But to understand why they made that decision, you also have to get what the difference is between a head coach and a manager. A manager's got a huge range of responsibilities. They're not just in charge of training and player lineups, they're also heavily involved in player sales and transfers. Critical stuff. But a head coach's role is far more focused on team training and performance on the pitch. So whereas Ten Hag was highly involved with decisions around transfers during his tenure, the intention was that Amorim wouldn't be, at least not on the same level. And as the sporting structure at Man United changed under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people like Sir Dave Brailsford took charge of transfers instead. How all those roles play out in practice may be slightly different at different clubs though. On the other hand, the contracts of actual managers like Pep or Moyes had no limits on their job role and their involvement with transfers and contracts. But those guys are actually in the minority now, and it's a change that's happened pretty quickly. In 2019, there were only 6 head coaches in the Premier League, but by 2025, there were 14. A clear indication that more and more clubs are moving towards a model where the guy in charge is actually only really in charge on the pitch. And the way things are going, it might not be long before all 20 clubs have got head coaches, and the job position of football manager in the top flight is no more.
Morning, it is talkSPORT. Max Rushden, Charlie Baker with you until 11.
Good morning.
This text says, in the spirit of replacing a Cockney accent with a Glaswegian, next week, can you replace Max with a broad Yorkshire accent?
That'd be nice.
So I could do the whole show like that, couldn't I?
Lovely.
Although on the subject of my accents, Maurizio says, very poor Bob Bubka impression, Max. 2 out of 10. Not deep enough. All over the place by the end of the sentence. Overall, very disappointing. I did feel I'd lost my way.
Impressions are hard. They're difficult to do.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
You can sometimes do like a bit of I can do like one tiny bit of Bobby Robertson, and all I can go is, wow. That's all I've got as Bobby Robertson. Wow.
Can't you do Cilla Black quite well? Is that who you do well?
Yeah. Driving home for Christmas.
Yes, Cilla Black.
Top to toe and tailbacks, yeah. That's all I've got.
Time now to look ahead to today's action with the good people of Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
This could be the last time. This could be the last time. I don't know. Welcome, Lars Sivertson.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Lars. Lars, do you think Mikel Arteta has some stretch in those trousers?
He must do.
There's a lycra content in those trousers, because he doesn't look like splitting them ever, and he's bending a lot. He's sort of doing some dance moves at sometimes. They never look like splitting. I'd like to know if there's a lycra content.
Got to admit, Charlie Baker, that has not been on my mind this week.
Okay, all right.
No, it's not.
Sorry, I just saw some footage of him bending over and
okay.
on the
Well,
touchline.
Well, with that context, it makes a lot more sense. I kind of thought you were just thinking of spending a lot of time thinking about Mikel Arteta bending over over the
I
news.
just saw some footage of it.
Yeah.
Charlie went a little bit I love lamp, didn't he? Just a little bit I love lamp. Say what you see.
Here I was going to try to offer, like, on the accent scene. I can do a fairly convincing Norwegian accent, helpfully, but there's rarely any call for that.
You do a good Barry Glendenning as well. A lot of people say so that's good.
Accidentally.
Yeah, on 1.5 speed. Now, Lars, Tottenham, you're a Tottenham fan, are in the relegation zone. I did find it troubling to look at the league table.
Can we go back to talking about lycra and accent and stuff? Is that an option here?
Because it was a really good win for. It was a really good win for West. It was such a vital win.
Yeah, it really was, and I thought this game was going to be terrible, West Ham Wolves. And in the first game, I feel like I was right. The first half was not enormously enjoyable, and I kept thinking, should I switch over to the golf? Like, am I really making a good life choice watching this game? But in the second half, of course, it opened up a little bit more. And West Ham really, they have been Nuno'd. They've turned into the Nuno. They are really dangerous on the counter. And it's funny, someone like Somerville, who seemed like a very meh signing. Like, he didn't really make an impact last season. They brought him in for a fairly solid chunk of money. He's turned into like quite a dangerous counter-attacking presence. The sort of emergency package of Castellanos and Pablo up front have made an impact. The West Ham are looking like a decent mid-table team now. Very bad news for Tottenham. So that game tomorrow up at the Stadium at Light, it feels very big, just as well because De Zerbi, not exactly a unity candidate in terms of like the fan base and how people feel about him. I think he could really do with a fast start in terms of, well, there's not a lot of games left, but also just convincing people that this is going to end well. I guess the promising thing is that there've been sort of press briefings this week about how the Spurs players really like him so far. They've been very impressed with the coaching. That's not really worth a lot in terms of points, but maybe that's better than the opposite. I mean, it'd be very bad if everyone was briefing that, no, this guy's terrible. So like, I guess this is good news.
My colleague Paul Hawksby, I do a show with in the week.
Oh, your colleague, John. Okay,
and your colleague, of course, as well. You know, and he is just very big Spurs fan. Obviously, he's just scared they've just run out of players. Just not enough players to even mount a fight back.
What I did enjoy seeing was De Zerbi talk about how they actually have some good players, because poor old Igor Tudor, like, I know he's had a bad time in his personal life and stuff, but every time Tudor spoke about the team, he seemed to really like dislike them. He was very depressed and down and like, oh no, this is all very bad. We're hearing De Zerbi this week talk about how actually some of these guys are really good. That was quite uplifting, and maybe that sort of vibe will be positive. They do have some decent footballers in there, and I mean, De Zerbi pointed out one thing, like Conor Gallagher has come in and not really made an impact at all, but he was very good a couple of years ago. Yeah. Like there is stuff to come here. I'm very curious about how they go about this game, whether they try to, like, how aggressively they try to press, whether they try to, like, knit these little passing moves through the middle like we know De Zerbi likes to do, or whether they will be slightly more pragmatic. Really, really interesting to see how they approach it.
There's a new musical called Beetlejuice, which is based on the film that's opening in the West End very soon. And the choreographer of that is Conor Gallagher.
Is he?
I don't know if it's the actual.
Maybe that has
been playing for Spurs.
Yeah.
But
do you feel like he would have played better for Spurs if he wasn't busy choreographing a West End musical?
So a lot of shuttle runs in that musical, aren't they? It's a lot of shuttle runs, a lot of sort of nipping at people's heels.
Yeah.
Not a lot of creativity in that choreography for Beetlejuice. Anyway, let's talk about Arsenal Bournemouth today. What do you reckon will happen, Lars?
I do think Arsenal will win. And I think it's an interesting. I read a stat just yesterday that apparently Arsenal have had more goal contributions off the bench in terms of goals and assists from substitutes than any of the other teams in the top 5 leagues in Europe, which of course comes off the back of Havertz scoring a winning goal against Sporting in the week. And we keep saying it, and maybe people get bored of hearing it, but really the squad depth has been such a big difference maker for Arsenal this season, that they've got good players who can come on, and that Havertz, someone who hasn't been a factor this season before because of injury, can come in and make a contribution. Very useful. they have this Arsenal. They are, as we know, very solid at the back and not always sparkling going forward. But it just seems that there's always someone who steps up, or at least often enough, that it's going to carry them to the title. And it was interesting to see Gyökeres in this game, because Gyökeres has had a really great international break. I mean, he was just such a heroic figure for Sweden in their playoff games. Was kind of back to Arsenal Gyökeres against Sporting, his old club, in terms of working really hard but not making the kind of impact you're hoping for. But I think, again, he's quietly been very, very useful rather than spectacular, and maybe could be one for him today.
Liverpool Fulham is at 5:30, and like so much chat around Arne Slot, and I've said a million times on this and podcasts and whatever about how difficult this season must have been because of the Diogo Jota tragedy, and so it seems trite to talk about football whenever you talk about that, and even though that feels a long time ago in sort of football world, it's not a long time ago in human, the humanity of the situation. And yet, Lars, it felt that PSG game. I mean, they just didn't get the ball at all. I know you can't really. PSG are a very good team, and they are coming good, and they've got an amazing midfield. But you feel like in the Premier League, Liverpool need to end so brilliantly for Slot to keep his job.
They look very flat, Liverpool, and this is one of those. I feel a little iffy. You'll be surprised to learn I'm not an expert on physical fitness, Max and Charlie, but it's just. Compared to other top teams around now, they just seem to be a lack of energy, a lack of. We have a word in Norwegian, "was good," which basically means surplus. Like, they seem flat, and I do wonder if they've gotten the physical preparation regime right this season, because they don't look like they're at it really, and that leads to like accusations of them not caring. I don't buy into that. I don't think professional footballers at this level ever like not care when you're fighting for your Champions League place next season. It makes it makes a big difference to everyone whether you're there or not. I don't think a professional footballer ever goes on the field not intending to give 100%, but there is a lack of something there. And this is a huge game. This is massive. We've spoken about how, if you look at the table, actually Brentford and Everton are right in there in the hunt for fifth. Fulham are ninth, but Fulham are only 5 points behind Liverpool. If Fulham win this, they'll be right. They'll be right there. They'll be on 47 points. So this is really exciting. And Fulham are just. They're such an awkward opponent for these big teams.
I think they win this game all day long, just the way the two teams have played this season. I think Fulham win this all day long. I don't understand
all day long.
All day long. I don't understand Slot playing five at the back midweek, when the only other time he's played it is when they got knocked out to Palace in the cup. But this is what I don't understand, Lars. You can't win the league just from the sort of hangover and the carryover of someone else's management, can you? Which is now what feels like happened last season.
I think he made adjustments to the team he took over when he arrived that proved very, very effective. And then, of course, they're kind of midway through a rebuild, aren't they? Like, they had some departures last summer, and there will be more this summer. And Liverpool are in the process of morphing into something new, something different. And that's why I was not, they had this a run of defeats in the autumn. Max has already mentioned one potential factor, and I think the changes to the squad are another. But I was kind of waiting to see in the second half of the season, what does this group of bits start to congeal into? Do they start to become a team that makes sense? Can we see a way forward? And that's the thing that's not really happening so far. So I'm a little bit concerned. I mean, everything that gets written and said and reported on by people who are on the Merseyside beat is that the club are like Slot and they want to stick with him. But he's making it a little bit difficult for them. And I certainly think they need to have a big review at the end of the season about whether they got it right in terms of the physical preparations, because they don't look as fit basically as some of the other top teams right now.
Yeah, and a big fear for Liverpool is they might finish below Everton, who go to Brentford today in like a really big game at 3:00.
Yeah, it's a big day. We've got Arsenal, Bournemouth first, and then Liverpool, Fulham in the evening, and the Brentford Everton. It might not be like a barnstormer in terms of entertainment. Not really expecting a 5-4 here, but these, they're right in that. Do you wonder if this is one of those where they should someone should try to make like a gentleman's agreement. It'd be really good if one of us won this, in terms of like one of us getting what.
I don't
Whoever
think that's
wins
allowed.
this,
I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not sure it's allowed.
whoever wins this is right in there with a chance of a Champions League place. Do you think that the Keith Andrews and David Moyes should have like a meeting before? Like, listen, like we shouldn't draw this. Like one of us should get 3 points there.
And then say Brentford do it and qualify for the Champions League. Everton fans are allowed to enjoy that journey too. Is that what you're saying?
Some sort of no. Yeah, well, I am before the messages arrive being 100% facetious here, but I gotta throw something out there. Where is David Moyes in the manager of the season discussion if Everton end up in the top 6, top 7?
Unbelievable.
Well, because it's an incredible achievement given like where the club were just a couple of years ago. I mean, they were on the brink of going under, like financially, and the squad has. Yeah, this felt like a sort of year where they just need to, another year where they are working on rebuilding the team, rebuilding the club's finances, rebuilding everything. But look at them there. They're 2 points off of 6th. They're 3 points off of 5th. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same goes for Keith Andrews, I guess. Anyway, SP says, I can lend Lars a curtain hook if he needs it, for those watching on YouTube.
Oh,
and Andy Jacobs has been in touch to say, I like Lars's Norwegian word. You should do the whole show in Norwegian.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
That's nice. What was the word, Lars?
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Bergen. Thank you, Lars. Thanks for coming on.
Anytime, guys.
Good stuff. That was a look into some of the players that we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend with the good people of Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
This is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. A very important game of how much in just a second.
How does he go about saving Spurs? Because we were talking about this on the Premier League All Access podcast. He's a pure football man. He wants to play a certain way, but the time it takes to get that injected into the players' veins is not long enough for the time that he's had in terms of being on the training ground. So does he have to be a little bit more simple in his approach? Does he have to work with the resources he's got?
Yeah.
And what are those?
What has he had? He's probably had nearly 10 days maybe before the game kicks off. He can't have that hard approach, I don't think, at this stage. That's got to be something in the summer, and you work out who's with you, who's not. At the moment, he's got to work out what formation he's going to play, who's going to be his best players. And you look at the midfielders available, bring them down, Sam, like Bergvall, Gallagher, Paulinho, Sarr, Gray. Out of those centre midfielders, who do you choose out of them?
Well, it's great to have Bergvall back for a start, and it's great to have a choice because one of the problems they've had over the season is they haven't been able to have a choice because there's been so many injuries.
But even going forward, Tell, Simmons.
Kudos has picked up a setback, hasn't he?
Exactly. Mwani, Solanke, Richarlison. He's got to work out which of these players is going to get the goals that they need. Van der Ven, second top goal scorer. Richarlison's got 9. Then Van der Ven and Romero have got 4. And then I think Tell's got 3. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough. Someone's got to step up in that team.
It's been an act of self-harm, hasn't it, over the course of the season from Tottenham Hotspur, going back to not getting the recruitment right in the summer, appointing the wrong managers at the wrong time, and ranking bottom for errors.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Morning all, Max Rush and Charlie Baker with it till 11. Was Lars saying Bob Hoskins? Andy says that Norwegian that Lars was spouting is any relation to Peter Osgood. Anyway, it's time for a game of How Much. Now, you might remember about a year ago, a young man called Henry sent us an incredible text message, and he was really unwell and he didn't have long left to live, but he sent in a text saying how much he enjoyed the show with his family, and they came up with a game for us, and we always like a new game, and so we introduced How Much, and it gets into the 3-hour shows. Obviously hard to get into the How Tall Are They 2-hour shows, but like from the text we got his dad on and we chatted to his dad, and Henry was in the background chatting away, and I'm really pleased to say his dad, Jason Schofield, joins us now. Hey Jason.
Hello Jason.
How are you both?
Yeah, good. Can we hear you? Yeah, there you are. It's so nice to
can hear you now.
Got you loud and clear.
Yes.
It's so nice to chat, and I know a lot of listeners. Some listeners will have experienced what you've been through, and most of us haven't, and would find it hard to know how it's been the last year. And I know that like grief isn't linear or anything like that, but just how have you been getting on?
We've been doing okay, to be fair. I would say, in all honesty, it's up and down. And it's sort of the grief gets you when you least expect it. But fundamentally, Henry, bless him, gave us lots of challenges to do before he died. So, as you probably know, I'm sitting here in Paris at the moment, about to do the Paris Marathon tomorrow. My first and only marathon it will be, together with 8 amazing people. So we've got, if I could do a bit of a shout out for those guys, if that's okay, that would be great. That's all right, guys.
Yeah.
So Henry's brother and sister, Edward and Freya, they're running. Freya's boyfriend, Rufus Faulkner-Lee, is one of his cousins, my nephew, William Pearce, and then good friends of ours, Roger Evans, good family friends of ours, Ben Richards, one of Henry's best workmates, Ben Ryle, and one of his best mates that he used to live with in London, a guy called Tom McCarthy. So 9 of us are doing that, and we've got a band of about 50 people have come out with us to cheer us on tomorrow, which is phenomenal, and we've had amazing support from loads and loads of people.
God, that's so amazing.
It's been hugely heartwarming and surprising.
Yeah, and are you grateful that Henry set you these challenges, or now you're a day ahead of the marathon? Are you slightly annoyed?
Absolutely not. If I said to you, we've been training in the dark, in the cold, in the wet. It's been thoroughly miserable, thoroughly boring, and grueling at times. But to be honest, he was an example to everybody to just deal with what you dealt with and you crack on. So we're all doing it in memory of him. And to date, with everybody's generosity, we've raised already over £18,000. So we are phenomenally grateful to so many people for all their support and their concern and their love.
We were lucky enough to meet him via the show, and to feel his spirit and feel his positivity through a really, obviously, very difficult time for your family, and it felt a real privilege to know him. So to be his dad you must have been so proud, and I must carry on to be so proud.
No, phenomenally. So he set lots of people lots of challenges, which has been very amusing, really, because he had a wicked sense of humour. So I think to have set us these sort of challenges to go forward is testament to him, really. And I said we've learnt an awful lot about him since he's died as well, which has been phenomenal. We've probably know the man better in some respects. But as a son, if you know what I mean, it's been really, really fantastic.
If people listening want, because some people will remember, if people want to donate ahead of you running, I've done 2 marathons, Jason, and they're not nice, and I did them long ago, and you are older than me, so I don't envy you, Jason. How can people donate, and what are the causes?
So it's through the Just Giving page at the moment. So we've got 3 charities raising money for, and you're right, Max. This is my 60th year on the planet, and it's my first, and it will be my only marathon.
My God.
And it will be a personal best because I ain't doing another one. So, so the 3 charities are Sarcoma UK, because Henry had a very rare form of rhabdomyosarcoma. So, of all cancers, sarcomas are less than 1% of all cancers. We're running for Sarcoma UK, Bristol and Western Hospitals charities, who are basically were phenomenal in the care that they gave him through Southmead and the Bristol Royal Infirmary while he was going through his treatments and his last few days. And then we've also set up a new charity called Henry's Project. Henry is very much a man on the tools as well as being a mechanical engineer. And basically it's to try and give support to those young people between the ages of 26 and 40 who want to carry on with their everyday lives as best they can while they're undergoing treatment, so that if they want to do some work, which Henry always worked throughout all of his treatment and through all of his years with cancer, then this will hopefully enable them to do so. So we can actually hopefully give people the chance to do that and support them in doing that. So it's all 3 very, very worthwhile courses.
That's fantastic.
Amazing. And I'll get on Twitter and Blue Sky and send out those links as well, Jason. Well, look, we have to play a game of How Much, which is the game that you guys created. And the way it works is...
Sorry about
clips. No, that's fine. We like it. We like it. And so there are 5 clips, and what we hear is the commentator, but the amount of injury time is bleeped out. And then you have to guess what they are. Okay. Now, obviously, this introduced us to the great Gary Ginger, but he is now too big time for us.
Won't join us.
So we don't have Gary Ginger, but we do have to take you on, and very much playing, don't win this game, Shane Parrott. We have Shane the Parrot.
Here he is, Shane the Parrot. Look at his backdrop.
Welcome, Shane. Welcome, Shane the Parrot. How are you, Shane?
Well, I'm honoured and humbled to be asked, and this is a beautiful thing you're all doing.
Oh,
yeah, good stuff, Shane. But obviously, take no prisoners, Shane. A game's a game.
Go in two-footed, Shane. From the off.
Take Jason out before the marathon. Okay, let's play then. Okay, so we are playing How Much. I can't remember if there was a theme tune underneath there. Yeah, here it is. Okay, then, Jason, you're up first. The game is Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal. Your commentator is Jim Proudfoot. How many minutes of injury time are there? Here's the clip.
Sporting might be able to mount one last attack from the kickoff. They've got possession. Fresneda on the right-hand side of the penalty area. The minimal of stoppage time are up.
Oh, okay. Jason?
Very nicely done.
Well, I'm going straight in for 7.
7? Okay, Shane the Parrot. Yeah. Shane the Parrot, Shane.
I did watch this game. I think it was only 2.
Okay, let's have a listen.
Sporting might be able to mount one last attack from the kickoff. They've got possession. Fresneda on the right-hand side of the penalty area. The minimal 2 minutes of stoppage time are up.
Shame on you, Shane Parrott. Absolute disgrace.
Boo, what a heel.
Okay. Question 2 then. Question 2. It's with you, Shane Parrott. It's from PSG Liverpool in the Champions League. Your commentator, Jim Proudfoot again. But how many minutes of injury time?
Of the efforts on target that we've seen tonight. We're midway through the first additional minutes.
Okay.
Shane Parrott.
Was that first half then? The first half injury time?
I think it's the second half, but I don't know. We're not given those sort of details. Just give us a number.
Okay. Well, because Liverpool didn't make a tackle in the game, I don't think it will be too long. So I'll go 3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay. Jason?
I'm going to admit to watching the game, but I don't remember, but I'm going to go for 4.
Okay, 4 minutes. So let's have a listen.
Of the efforts on target that we've seen tonight. We're midway through the first of 3 additional minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes.
Oh, Shane, absolute disgrace. 2-0. This for the win, okay.
This feels like a stitch-up.
I mean, look, we can be heartless, Jason, but this would be the
what a thing to get you on
stitch-ups.
for, Jason, and stitch you up. Who do you think we are, for goodness sake?
I would ask you to use VAR, but it's rubbish, so no, don't.
Okay, Jason, to stay in the game. Bologna won, Aston Villa 3. Ian Dantier, commentator from the Europa League on Thursday.
Well, that certainly breathes life into the second leg.
That in time, the clean sheet could not be held on to by Aston Villa.
There it is.
Okay, Jason.
4. No idea. Didn't watch it.
Okay.
It's very like
Shane
me on
Parrott,
time
Parrott?
difference, Jason, your tactics here.
Yeah, I was using you definitely as a...
Shane the Parrot, this for the win?
I'll go 5.
5. Okay, let's have a listen.
Well, that certainly breathes life into the second leg.
Into 3 minutes of that
3
in
minutes.
time.
Okay, still 2-0. Still got a chance to draw, Jason. Okay, from West Ham 4, Wolves 0 last night. Sam Matterface, the commentator.
At all, but they have recovered. They've dusted themselves down, and minutes of added time to play. They're on the verge of getting...
Okay, Shane the Parrot.
I'll go 5 again.
5. Okay, Jason.
I'm going 6.
Let's have a listen.
At all, but they have recovered. They've dusted themselves down, and with 4 minutes of added time.
4 minutes. Wow.
Okay,
It's over. It's over, isn't it?
It's over, but last
over.
one's worth 5.
Okay.
Last one's worth 5. Here
Oh,
we
yes,
go.
good, yes.
Okay, it's from West Brom 0, Millwall 0 last night. Adam Bridge, the commentator. Jason, your guess. Let's have a listen first.
The 4th official, Dean Whitestone, down below. It wouldn't surprise me, given the amount of injuries we've had.
Nailed it, haven't you?
Lo and behold, it is added minutes at the Hawthorn.
Ooh, Jason, this for the win.
Come on, Jason.
Lucky 7. Lucky 7.
7.
Shane the Parrot.
Feels high, Jason.
Oh, that lo and behold is something, isn't it? So let me go 8.
8. Let's have a listen.
The 4th official, Dean Whitestone, down below. It wouldn't surprise me, given the amount of injuries we've had.
Nailed it, haven't you?
Lo and behold, it is 8 added minutes.
Oh, Shane. It's a 7-0 win for Shane Parrott.
Shame
you're a
Parrot, more like Shame Parrot.
Shame Parrot.
Jason, nothing in that marathon will be as painful as this. Just remember that.
I was going to say...
Hey, thank you, Shane. Hey,
Thanks,
Jason,
Shane.
thanks so much, Jason, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
big love to the family, Jason.
Yeah, thank you ever so much, guys. You know how much you mean to us, so thanks very much indeed.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jason. Jason Schofield there. I've just put it on Twitter on Blue Sky as well. The Just Giving page, if you've got any spare pennies to donate to 3 brilliant causes. It's Max and Charlie with you on talkSPORT.
Managers can be petulant, players can be petulant, just like owners can be.
De Zerbi was. I mean, you know, you can say De Zerbi, and he's walked into the Tottenham job. You know, like.
Would you take him? Would you take him at Chelsea?
Right here, right now.
Why are you hesitating?
Well, because that's just it's a rhetorical question.
I know, but
would you take him at Spurs?
Yeah, I would have, but we got De Zerbi.
I know, but you're facing relegation.
You got Rossini as the manager.
That's not the question.
Okay, what's the question? Is would you take him at Chelsea?
No.
Why?
Well, that don't give you a reason, right? No.
What do you mean? I want a reason.
Because he's petulant.
No, that's not a reason.
Well, it is.
You've had loads of petulant managers.
I know, but
you've had hundreds of them.
They get sacked.
Okay, but that's absolute garbage. Don't tell me you wouldn't take Glasner over Rossini.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, mate.
No.
What are you on about?
You're throwing your pen down.
What are you on about?
You're like a petulant
No,
child.
I know, but you're just an idiot. Like, I know you got like a little Chelsea gig. I know you got your little Chelsea gig going on over there.
I don't get me own way.
No,
so I'm throwing my pen down. How childish are you?
No, that is absolute guff.
Throw that.
No, it's absolute guff. You're talking absolute garbage. Don't talk garbage. Glasner is a million times better manager than Rincigno.
Okay.
Don't sit here and say you wouldn't have him at Chelsea.
No, not having at Chelsea.
Oh,
he's too petulant.
Oh,
no, he wouldn't. Can you imagine him? Can you imagine him with the owners? He's just fallen out with Steve Parish. What's going to go on with Todd Bowley? Him and Todd Bowley.
You're an absolute nugget.
No, well,
if
if you don't like the question, don't ask.
Stupid pills.
Don't ask the. If you don't like the answer, don't ask the question.
Morning all, Max Rushden, Charlie Baker here until 11. To the Emirates then, Stuart Pearce, co-comms for Arsenal. Bournemouth joins us now. Hello, my friend.
Hey, Stuart.
How are we doing, gents?
Yeah, good, thank you, Stuart.
Yes, super,
good
thank you. So what's going to happen, full time, what's going to happen? Arsenal, one hand on the trophy, or will you have a bottle gif in your hand ready to post on all your social media outlets, Stuart?
I think it's going to be a 3-2 Arsenal victory today. I bumped into a young man from Ireland outside the ground for his first game, and I asked him the score, and strangely enough, he said 3-2. So I'm just passing that on. I'm just the conduit.
You get these right, you've got these right, Stuart, quite often, though. I will say that. You are good at the old predictions.
Well, I've had 50-odd years experience, so if I do get them wrong, I've got no excuse.
Hours. Yeah, the 10,000 hours expert theory.
Exactly. If I would have only concentrated on the piano or the violin,
Oh, do you know what would be nice, though, Stuart? Is a recital one day. Well, I don't know. Do you? I mean, because you love your music, do you play anything?
I have a set of electric drums in my spare room, which I just go in there just to thrash it. On the odd occasion. That's about
just
it.
To let it out.
Wild. Who's your favourite? Favourite drummer of all time, Stuart? Favourite drummer?
Favourite drummer? It's Keith Moon. It's got to be the great man.
Difficult, isn't it?
Of course, it's got to be Keith Moon. Of course. So look, in the talkSPORT band, you can be on drums.
Oh yeah, Ian Dan's also on drums. Ian Dan's also.
Who is Dance on drums? You have two drummers.
Two drummers.
Yeah,
Dance,
Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, that's good. And then I'll be on clarinet.
Oh wow.
And
I don't think you're in the band.
What do you mean I'm not in the
clarinet?
band?
Stuart Pearce and Ian Dan don't want you in the band on clarinet. I'm just saying.
Stuart, would you take a bit of jazz clarinet with your band?
You can keep your jazz, but I'll have the clarinet.
Okay.
We'll shoehorn you in somewhere.
Okay. I will play Mozart's first concerto.
Without a doubt. We need bagpipes. Big Boy Brazil.
Big Boy Brazil on the bagpipes.
Yeah, on the bagpipes.
Nice. It's a lovely band. What a great sound this band makes.
Yeah.
Two drummers, a clarinet, and a
violin.
Always. We don't have a lot of time, Stuart. What was the last gig you went to? I mean, you talk about the game when your show starts, I'm guessing.
Indeed, I've got an hour and a half's build up, so I'm in no rush here. Last gig was Stiff Little Fingers at the Roundhouse 2 Saturdays ago, and I'm off to see the Dam tonight at Wembley Arena.
Great.
So a wonderful day with Peter Hook and Mark Armand, a real eclectic sort of lineup on that. But there you go.
What a day! And can't wait. And so band practice round mine at after school on Mondays. Okay, Stuart. Yeah,
perfect.
After school on Mondays.
In the garage.
Pencil me in.
In the garage. There we go.
Two drummers, bagpipes, and they're lovely for the neighbours. Two drummers, bagpipes, and a clarinet.
Cheers, Stuart. Enjoy the game.
Thank you very much.
Ta-da.
I love those previews. Now that was let's look ahead to the latest odds of today's actual William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Help!
Not just anybody. You know I need someone.
Welcome, Lee Phelps. How are you?
Yeah, what a rendition that was. There's a bit of extra gusto at the end.
He's at Aintree. Look at him in his ties.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, wow.
He's taking it seriously today. Who's going to win the National then, Lee Phelps?
Grand National Day. Yeah, well, I'm going Captain Cody. Each way selection, I'm not saying it'll definitely win, but I like Captain Cody's in each way selection. Really liked the horse last year. Won the Scottish National really well. The form hasn't been as good this year, admittedly, but hoping can turn some of the form round and get there. But the favourite is Panic Attack, and been backed in, was 20-1 when we announced the weights in February. Backed into 7-1, clear favourite at the moment. It's a mare.
Where's I Am Maximus? Where's me?
I Am Maximus, second favourite, 17-2. I'm presuming you're going I Am Maximus, Max.
100%, yeah.
For obvious reasons.
You may remember last year, Lee, that I predicted the winner. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, it slipped my mind, but
I predicted the winner on air. I predicted the winner on air. And
yes, I do remember.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So this year the winner will be Champ Kylie, which has come in apparently from, I don't know what it was with William Hill. I apologise, but it was 80-1 and it's now at 20-1.
Yeah, just gone out 25s actually, but yeah, Champ Kylie, Willie Mullins. I mean, Willie Mullins has got so many options in the race as well. Yeah, I mean, it's got work to do. I mean, each way selection, surely we're one of the 5 places.
Yeah,
Charlie. Yeah,
that's what I think. So
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Pound each way I've gone, Lee. So both pounds I've put on. So
absolutely fair. I was looking at Champ Kylie, looking at all the various names. This is a national with lots of names in, and obviously a lot of people like to look at the form, but many just look at a name. Obviously, you've got I Am Maximus, which is really popular. Gorgeous Tom has been gambled on for obvious reasons. Jerry Colomb, White and Pink Silks as well. Oscar's brother, Johnny Who. Electricians maybe back in Lecky Watson. There's loads of interest. We've got one story though that I must tell you about, and that's around Twig. A brilliantly named horse. Ben Pauling trained horse. Georgia Morgan bought the horse for £100 for her son Beau as a point-to-point horse. Beau on Twig won the William Hill Beecher Chase, which was here in Aintree back in December, which means they qualify for the William Hill £500,000 bonus of £500,000 if they win the National this afternoon. So that's on top of the £500,000 prize money for winning the Grand National. So a £100 horse could win £1 million this afternoon. So it'll be amazing.
Lee, we do a lot. We do a lot for you. Do we qualify for the £500,000 bonus ever?
For that? Can we get in on that?
Can we apply for that?
I'll ask if you guys can run round one of the qualifying tracks and see if you can get over the fences, and we'll maybe give it a go next.
Is there a time limit? Is there a time limit, or can we take a lap?
Beat the horse, really. That's all we got to do.
Easy. Final one standing. What's happening?
Yeah, we've got a new £50,000 final one standing game going live at 3 p.m. today. It's Beat Robbie. Robbie in question is Robbie Lyle from Arsenal Fan TV. So if you beat Robbie in the game, you last longer than Robbie, you get a share of the jackpot. Famously, we did this earlier in the season, and he went out in the first round, and everyone shared £1, 7p each. So like 50 grand went. So we're hoping Robbie can kind of last a little bit longer.
You've sort of sold it to me, Lee.
Yeah, I know. But this time, surely he's got to go deeper than 1 week. The rest of the football, obviously, Tottenham are now favourites for relegation. Obviously, we've taken Wolves and Burnley out of that market. 11-8 to be relegated after West Ham's big win last night. West Ham 6-4, Leeds and Nottingham Forest both 5-1 to go down. The rest of the football, we've got epic boosts on the Arsenal game, on the Liverpool game as well. Fancy Arsenal to win in under 3 goals. Listening to your preview with Lars, I think I can see a 1-0, 2-0 win for Arsenal. It's 3-1 for Arsenal to win and under 3 goals. You got your Aka boost as usual. I've gone 5 picks today. 1 in the Premier League, and that's Brighton beat Burnley all but relegated. In the William Hill Premiership in Scotland, it's so tight, isn't it? Hearts on 67, Rangers 66, Celtic 64. We're in the split. Celtic, I think, will take revenge on St Mirren, who beat them in the League Cup final. Celtic to win. I'm going to go Hearts to maintain their position at the top of the table. Like I said, I'll go Brighton to beat Burnley, Middlesbrough to beat struggling Portsmouth. They also like Southampton to win. Unbelievable form they're in. FA Cup semi-final, unbeaten since January. They've stuck 5 past Wrexham midweek. So I really like them to win as well. It's 11-1 with the boost. Masters obviously is set up unbelievably, isn't it? Rory McIlroy, record-breaking lead at the halfway stage. He's 4-9 to win from here. I think you look at it, Spieth and Scheffler are the only players who've had a 5-shot lead at the halfway stage. They both went on to win it. So you have to be looking at Rory. If you're looking at a bet without him in the field at the moment, maybe Cam Young at 9-1 without Rory to finish second might be a good look. And then the boxing later on, I know it's covering loads of it on talkSPORT. Conor Benn versus Regis Prograis. We've got Richard Riakporhe versus Jamie TKV, which will be a really good fight. And the big one is Tyson Fury's return to the ring against Arslanbek Makhmudov. He's 2-9 to win the fight, Tyson Fury. But our friend and yours, Gareth A. Davis, has gone for Tyson Fury to win in rounds 6, 7, or 8. And that's priced up at 7-2. So looking forward to a cracking day. What are you guys going for then? Are you going Iron Maximus and Champ Keeley for the Grand National?
Champ Keeley, yeah, for me.
I'm going for a bottle of lager and watch The Traitors.
Wow,
that's what I'm going to do.
I'd like before you go, Lee. I'd like if you're Rory McIlroy, are you on the Saturday? Are you foot on the neck? Are you trying to go for it, or are you going to just play an even round and go in Sunday 12 under?
If I was playing off my 18 handicap, I'd probably just pray. But if I'm Rory McIlroy, foot to the floor, you go and try and break records, surely.
Right, sure.
Good stuff, Lee. Thanks for coming on. That was the latest odds brought to you by William Hill. William Hill are paying out 5 places on the Grand National this week. Minimum runners apply 1 to 5 odds unless otherwise stated. Full T's and C's apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus. GambleAware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Eddie Howe deserves to keep his job definitely in the summer, rebuild his squad of players, probably no European football next season. But you have to be honest and say the Premier League season hasn't been good enough at Newcastle standards. That's fine.
But is that because of the fact that they haven't got a deep enough squad?
Of course, they haven't got a deep enough squad, but the players that they've had available, they shouldn't be behind Sunderland in the league.
But aren't we back to the same discussion that we had when we were talking about Aston Villa? And that is that they have owners that are wealthy, probably wealthier than everybody else, but yet they're unable to spend because of the financial restrictions. And as a result, that's keeping them further down the pecking order.
Who do you think?
Because you look at their last few seasons, Champions League, qualification, then out.
Yep.
Great season getting to the winning the cup competition, getting to the Champions League, and then out. So what's next season? Another great season, and then the following season not being able to sustain it?
The problem they've got...
It's up and down, up and down, up and down. Because
the problem they've got as well is, do they have to sacrifice a player as well, like Aston Villa have? Is that Tonali? Is that Ramirez? Which one is it that they have to sacrifice?
Tonali will go in the summer.
What sort of figures are you thinking for him?
80.
And where will he go?
Manchester.
Ooh.
Which one?
Take your pick.
But the interesting thing there
he'll end up at City or United.
Is that Elliot Anderson is a target, isn't he, for Manchester United? But you're not going to
target for both
of those in, are you?
Well,
one will go one club and the other one will go the other.
Well, I think United want two. It just depends what level of investment, which will obviously ignore Mr. Mathematician Gabby here. He'll be totting up the net spend already.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Let's go live to the seat next to Charlie Baker, for there's always time for time difference. Not a lot of time today, but there's always time.
Always time.
Here is your host, Reese, the Lock. Hey, Reese.
Don't knock the lock.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
Let's do
Lovely.
it. Over to Jeff, who's helping us with the minutes and the goals and the guessing.
Oh, hello, Jeff.
So Barry beat Max last time, but Max has won his last two against Charlie. It's 6-6 this year.
Barry beat you, did he, Max? Well, he's got nothing.
Yeah, apparently so. Okay, he's good at this stuff. Here we go, let's play.
Cool, we'll start with Max. West Ham 4, Wolves 0 last night. What minute did Mavropanos score the goal that put Spurs in the relegation zone?
41st minute.
Charlie?
Oh, this was the first goal, was it?
No,
No.
he scored the fourth goal.
Oh, no, he scored the first goal.
I thought he scored the fourth goal.
I think he scored both.
He scored the first and the fourth. Okay, so which one do you want?
I'm afraid you've said 41.
You've said 41.
You've said.
Well, now hang on a second. No, whoa.
I said it was the goal that put Spurs in the relegation zone.
The first goal put them in the relegation zone, didn't it? As soon as he scores that first goal, they're in the relegation zone. So what do you want, the first or the fourth?
The fourth, please.
93rd minute.
91st minute.
Let's hear it sounded.
Crossing towards the near post, flicked in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and Mavropanos on the floor turns and fires it past the goalkeeper to make it 4-0 to West Ham.
It was the 83rd minute.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's Max 10, Charlie 8.
Okay, here we go.
Second goal, Bologna 1, Aston Villa 3. talkSPORT Thursday night. 1 minute did Ollie Watkins score the first of his 2 goals. Over to you, Charlie.
62nd minute.
Max.
I think that's not bad. Yeah, I'll go 60th minute.
Is how it sounded.
A bit of pressure, hits the ball against Buendia, and it will break in the area for Ollie Watkins. 2-0!
Get him on the plane.
Fantastic work from Ollie Watkins.
Get Ollie on the plane.
51st minute.
First minute.
So Max 9 out, Charlie 11 out. The scores after 2 are 19 plays 19.
19 all.
Oh, here we go. This is good stuff.
Gets very serious on a Saturday, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
of course he is. Should be.
No
Serious game.
voices.
Goal 3
I got a
from
bit
Tuesday
serious.
night.
I got a bit
No, you
serious.
want
You did get a bit
Sorry
serious.
sorry about that.
You did it.
I did,
You did
yeah.
a little
But
bit.
I was, people were taking this game not seriously. Come on, Reece. We've got 2 minutes. Come on.
Real Madrid 1, Bayern Munich 2. Reports on talkSPORT. What minute did Kylian Mbappe pull one back for Real Madrid? Max.
67.
72.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Game on in the Bernabeu. Real Madrid 1, Bayern Munich 2. Kylian Mbappe with the goal.
It was 74th minute.
Charlie, what was your guess, sorry?
72nd minute.
Okay, so you were 2 minutes out. You move on to 21. Max was 7 minutes out onto 26. Charlie, you lead by 5 with 2 to go. Nora Jones.
What a game. What a game.
Nora Jones.
Fourth goal,
You're okay.
Wednesday night. PSG 2, Liverpool 0. Live on talkSPORT. What minute did Desiree Doué open the scoring for PSG?
Desiree Doué. For PSG.
For PSG.
When was this? Wednesday.
Wednesday. Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday.
And where was I Wednesday? I can't remember where I was Wednesday. On stage with Ellis James and Mike Bubbins. Quick Game's a good game.
Jamie Cullum.
Jamie Cullum. I'm guessing the 65th minute.
25th minute.
Oh, great news. Great news.
Let's hear how it sounded.
It's great news.
Doué's inside the penalty area. Right-footed effort, deflected and in. And PSG lead.
Should have known.
The 11th minute.
Yeah, should have known.
Oh, it's the 11th.
That was
Okay.
bad. It was a bad guess. This guy, but threw myself under.
Charlie,
the
no
bus.
time for this. Get on with it.
So
Jeff?
Charlie was in the lead. It's now Max 50, Charlie 86. So 36 in it, 1 to go.
36 in it.
Michael
Still alive.
Get
It's doable.
Tuesday
It's
night,
Desiree-
Wrexham
it's
1.
Desiree doable.
Yes, it is. Wrexham 1, Southampton 5 on talkSPORT 2, Tuesday night. What minute did Finazaz score the Saints' 5th goal? That's over to you, Max.
Finazaz in the... How much ahead am I? 36.
36, so you could just sort of say
the
about
61st minute.
Yeah. Ooh,
Charlie?
Fifth one, though, give me a little bit of a chance. The 97th minute.
Here's how it sounded.
It's flicked in. And the goalkeeper flaps at it. It's headed in. And then it's Stuart who converts, is it? It's Azaz, in fact. And it's 5 for Southampton.
It's the 83rd minute.
Oh, close than we expected.
Final score, Max 72, Charlie 100. Max leads 7-6 this year. Katie Mello.
100. Katie Mello and Jamie Cullen, Michael Bubbins.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Reece. Thank you, Charlie. Can I just say thank you to all the listeners who've already donated to Henry Schofield on the Just Giving page. That is amazing. Good luck to Jason on his run tomorrow. And good luck to Barry Glendenning. Who is running
good
a
luck,
half
Barry.
marathon tomorrow.
Yes.
So Charlie is in for Barry tomorrow.
Max.
We'll try
See
and
you
get him
tomorrow.
on. I'll see you tomorrow. And Just Giving for Barry Glendenning as well has raised over 50 grand for Great Ormond Street because of you, the very generous talkSPORT listeners. We'll see you tomorrow. Reshman's next.